How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and the final episode of chapter 3 of VanlifePLUS, which by any other name is just my van life journey here. And it's weird when I start thinking about like finales and chapters and whatnot. And normally, I've said this a couple times in the past, my chapters end on the anniversary of when I moved into my van. So we get to like celebrate the vaniversary and all of that. And this is now the second full year that I've been in my van. And while this vlog is going live, well, today, I'm actually filming this on my proper anniversary, which is October 18th. It was October 18th, 2021, when I left my entire family behind in BC after moving my parents out there in their retirement plan, so to speak. and I stayed at that rest stop, and that I had no sticks and bricks to come back to. I was officially moved into the tiny home on wheels that I had spent that entire spring, summer, and most of the fall converting into a livable home, and I've been doing that ever since. So I'm filming this now, and I must apologize. I know that the most recent videos here on the channel have been behind, and that's for obvious reasons, right? I had to go in for my surgery, and that threw a big wrench into my plans. Those plans being, like I was saying, when I start thinking about finales or like season finales or chapter finales, it's like, well, you need to go out with a bang. You got to have something big. But with my surgery having been very recently, I actually just got back from my follow-up where I got my stitches out yesterday. I got to take it easy still. And I just was trying to think about what would be a good way for me to sort of just be easy on myself, but still make a fun vlog and keep doing what I love doing, which is creating videos here in the most interesting and, well, creative ways that I can. And so that probably means that I'm going to go out and do some camping. But for now, it's late at night on the actual day of my anniversary. And if you're unfamiliar, this little Lego Jeep was sent to me by a huge supporter of my channel from Cam, otherwise known as just Cam and his Jeep. And I built this with my daughter quite a while back now, and when we were staying in a hotel. Very cute moment in my life. And that's what I love about these vlogs, is that as much as I'm doing it for myself because I enjoy making movies and being creative, and as much as I'm doing it for my amazing audience here, it's also, as I've said before, a way of me capturing and encapsulating moments from my life that I will be able to look back on very fondly later in my life, which I absolutely adore. So I thought I would just start this entry off. I hope this works well, because Cam also sent me this, which is a lighting LED kit for this Jeep. Obviously, it's a third-party thing. It's not a Lego authorized item. I have no idea how it works, but it's supposed to give the Jeeps, it's supposed to light up the lights on the Jeep. So that's how we're going to start this vlog, because I've had this actually kicking around in Lucky for a long time, waiting for the right moment to do it. I thought maybe there'd be another moment with my kiddo when I'd be able to. I hope I don't open this box and discover that I can't do this because I need some sort of weird, funky battery. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to just, dive right into it. So let's see if we can give the Jeep Wrangler some lights. Oh, dang, well, that's too bad. See, sometimes things don't just work out the way you want them to. I've been fighting with this for a while, but unfortunately, the way this whole little lighting kit is set up is it's one string of LED lights. I also need AAA batteries in order to make the actual power bank work. The holes on the little back part of the headlights don't fit onto the part on the Jeep. I got the little headlights off here, but they don't snap on. Like the regular Lego ones are a complete hole, but the ones that came with this are not big enough. I tried cutting the bit of plastic away, but that still wasn't enough, so they're not snapping on. And I don't want to break my Jeep, because I like the Jeep. Just goes to show sometimes it's best to just keep your Jeep stock. So I'm just going to put the headlights back together here, and we're just going to leave her the way she is right now. That's just the way she goes. No muss, no fuss, no harm, no foul. Look into that a little bit deeper later and see if we can get that son of a bee lit up. But for now, we're just going to leave it alone. So yeah, talking more about this being the finale of this chapter, I like to name my chapters, and this chapter has been called Into the Mountains, which if you're new around here, the mountains are my favorite place in the world. And my whole intention with this chapter was to try to spend more time out there than I normally do and emphasize the importance of getting out to your happy place more often, because it's so easy to become overwhelmed with life in general, right? So whatever your happy place might be, it might not necessarily be the mountains, but Into the Mountains was supposed to encompass whatever your happy place might be. And I hope through maybe watching my shenanigans here on the channel, a few of you have been able to do that a little bit more often. That was my intention with that. And with that being said, I guess there's no better place to end chapter 3 than in the mountains.
Set out from the city into the mountains. Think I'll take it easy on my first day. Sounds like a beacon shining above, like someone put it up there to guide me away. Redirected my mail, left the key with my neighbor, and turned off the phone. It's been so long since I left home. She told me, go do it, do what you have to, but once you're gone, don't you come back, for you find that this life you lead is a choice and not some load on your back. I'll be here in the fall when the snow in the mountains might get you lost. Don't you come running, don't you come crying until you're across. The mountain stands like a fortress, like a wall that you scale. You either make it or fail. Keep your eyes on the trail. Makes us do it, take on the steep and rocky instead of the easier road. We put one step in front of the other to feel ourselves under this load, and it gets lighter each day, at least that's what I hope, as I shoulder my pack. I'm on the right track. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, and I might go astray, and the sky may turn gray. I know that I'll be okay.
And welcome back to Banff. I actually have to, why did I turn that off? I gotta back Lucky up and reposition it. And this is another thing about flying by the seat of your pants, although I didn't know. Long story short, for those who've been around for a while, coming out here to Tunnel Mountain, Village 2, the campground just outside of the town of Banff in Banff National Park. I was out here a lot at the beginning of this chapter, and I thought it'd be a great place to come to sort of end it. I wanted to get the spot that I know I like, but there's no first come, first serve right now. Everything is available online, and tons of people are still camping. So I'm definitely not alone, but that's okay. I tried to get something as much on the edge of the campground as I could. So I say we get lucky positioned and get camp set up. I'm not going to do too much. Just the bare necessities. And what about you? We're back out here in the mountains. There it is. There it goes. Yep, that's what I was expecting. It's not exactly the same view that you get when you're up on top of the hill there. But I don't care. I'm just glad to be out here. There's one thing about this campground, right? It's not very private. And they say that when you're booking your sites and whatnot, because step out, here's our site. We got our picnic table. I got my propane fire pit because, you know, back surgery and I can't chippity chop the wood. Peeking right around the corner here. Howdy, neighbor. So that is what it is. Hey, Penny. Well, look at you. Look at you. Yeah, the sun's out. We're actually getting a little bit of sun. It was supposed to be all cloudy today. I mean, it basically all is. But we don't mind, do we? No, we don't. I'm also now realizing that maybe before we get completely settled down, you see, I attempted it by putting that one window blocker up. We don't have anything to eat for dinner, do we? Do we? I mean, we have food, but not food worthy of a chapter finale. Don't give me your butthole. That's nasty. Honey. So I guess before we sort of permanently situate ourselves here, we should probably rip into the town of Banff. And now's probably the time to do it. This is probably going to be the nicest it's going to be today. I know. All right, that sounds like a plan to me. Before we do that, it's misleadingly warm here. I thought it was going to be a heck of a lot cooler than it is. I don't really need this flannel yet. I'm sure once night falls, I'll need a flannel. But for now, we do not need this toque. Oh, feels like my hair is sweating. Charming. Actually, you know, I can do something about this. Yes. I'm sorry, do you need a minute with the faucet? Excuse me, darling. Oh, I know, you're such a whiner. Just gonna do this. I really need to go see a barber, but I'm probably not gonna do that. So this is what we're gonna do. Just do this, and then problem solved. Literally solved no problems, but I feel better. The nice thing about this campground as well, for those that might not know, there are free hot water showers. And for this site, I believe it was $69 for 2 nights. Yeah, that sounds about right, because I don't have a fire pit. You pay more if your site has a fire pit because the wood is free. Again, I couldn't lug it from the wood pile though, even if I wanted to. And yes, check out this embarrassment. I didn't even make my bed when I got out of bed this morning. Are we ashamed of ourselves, Penny? It's so unlike us. But there's a reason for it. Move the big editing device, put that over here, and you'll notice this is how I've been living. This has been my life for the last, month and a bit. Huh. Look at this nonsense. Sorry, Penny. We must show the splash damage. The splash damage. The splash damage. Splash damage. It's not even splash damage. The more you say that about a bed, the grosser it sounds. It's a video game. Everybody just calm down. But yes, this is what I've been living with. I don't know how it happened. I guess maybe my dry feet from months ago tore a slit right up the sheet, and it's just gotten progressively worse. And it is not fun when your feet still getting stuck in here and whatever, and you're trying to sleep, and then you start kicking and freaking out. So I didn't make the bed. Then I went into Walmart this morning, a new set of sheets. Hotel style, 500 thread count. I highly doubt it's actually Egyptian cotton or anything like that. But if it doesn't have a slit up the middle, it's already better. So unfortunately, with my back in the state that it's in, changing the bedding is going to be quite the undertaking. I'm going to need probably an hour and 46 minutes. But I guess we got to get it done. Doesn't really look like it's bothering you though. But it bothers me. Here's the next problem. Where do we all fall on this? These are brand new sheets, granted, from Walmart. Granted. I was just going to take off the nasty sheet and put all this on here. It's got a fitted sheet, a flat sheet, and 2 pillowcases. But where do we land on washing it before we put it on? And I do have other laundry we could do. And Banff has a laundromat. Yeah, I don't need any other problems. Like a body rash. Oh, it's been a while since I've been here. I guess I'm lucky that my laundry bag isn't more than 10 pounds or I wouldn't be able to do this. The nicer thing is that the laundromat is very close to the grocery store. So hopefully I'll be able to just go pick up some dinner stuff. Well, all the clothes and the new sheets are getting the nasty yuck washed off of them. Oh, and it's starting to rain, so that's awesome. Hence the flannel is back on. It's typical Alberta day today. You don't like the weather. Wait a minute. The Lux Theater is just down there. And Martin Scorsese's new movie just came out today. I was thinking, well, maybe that'd be a good thing to see today. It's 3.5 hours long. Sounds like a future Matthew thing to enjoy. Where the hell is the entrance to this place? Quality content. Quality content. All right, well, I better figure out something to do because it's going to be a half an hour for the wash and then I got to dry. So if I buy anything that needs to be refrigerated, that wouldn't be ideal. So obviously grocery shopping will happen during the drying cycle. And a little bit more pricey in Banff too. That's everything. It's easier than walking upstairs. And let's just hope that my back can handle all of the walking that's going to be in my immediate future. Oh boy. It's a little windy out here, so I'm just going to kill some time and live my life. How you doing? What? Go to Banff? Get a food chopper. feel like it would have been less expensive to just take myself out for dinner, treat myself. It's okay, Banff. It's a lovely place to visit. I could not afford to live here. That's okay though, because I live in my van. And yeah, I wanted to cook tonight. I'm sure there's lots of people that can absolutely guess exactly what I'm making. Once the laundry is done, then we shall return to Tunnel Mountain and whip it up, because I'm getting a little hungry. Breakfast is completely worn off at this point. I'm wasting away to nothing. Clearly.
Sorry.
All right, that's done. That's always the problem with doing laundry in a place like this where I gotta walk a little bit of a distance. I folded everything up as best I could. It's anybody's guess if it's gonna come out as folded. But mission accomplished. No more nasty factory sheets. We've avoided a potential body rash. And hey, that's always a good day in my book. It's still so busy out here. I mean, it's always busy in Banff. It's a tourist trap, which, you know me. Oh, look at that. I lost the button that keeps the pocket closed. And people ask me, why aren't you sponsored by Dixon? Because I enjoy them, but I wouldn't want to be held accountable when that sort of nonsense happens. Anyway, it's always busy in Banff year round. There's definitely slower periods, like in the middle of winter. I'm surprised I was able to find this right now with very few people down here. Normally, this drive here, which is the Vermilion Lakes Scenic Drive, because obviously, hang on, my little girl is calling me. I gotta take this. Be right back. Well, I'm doing better than the last time she called me while I was filming. I'm not crying this time. But as I was saying, when I had this whole place to myself, yeah, that time has passed. There's now people wanting to come out on the dock and join me. But I got here first, so neener, neener, neener. You know, it's so nice down here. It's starting to cool off. I should probably get back to Lucky, but it's weird, and I've said this before, like, I'm not a big people person. I don't like crowds, and Banff is constantly busy, but for some reason this place is just, I don't know. I love it. I love being here. It's nicer walking around when you're here with friends and family or whatever, but I've got so many memories centered around this little mountain town and the surrounding area. It's crazy. And every time I point the van out here and start the journey towards the mountains and Banff and all of that, they all come flushing? That's nasty. They all come rushing back, and I just get overwhelmed with those thoughts. They're all good thoughts, so that's a bonus. Man, imagine if they weren't. But anyway, yeah, that sounds like stories for the future. I know for a fact this won't be the last time I'm out here. But I'm glad I made the decision to come out here right now. I'm honestly surprised I was able to get up so easily from sitting on the dock. What was I thinking getting down there like that? I definitely need an adult. All right, Vermilion Lakes. Behave yourselves. happens. Okay. Let's see. Not too bad. Come on. Oh, that's clearly in the way. What the? Oh, come on. There. Get out of there. Oh. And ta-da! Now the bed is made, and the best part is no huge slit up the middle. Very nice. That wasn't fun, but it had to get done. And good news, the shirts actually stayed more or less folded, so that's nice. Have to get those put away. Then we have to make some food, because I'm hungry. What about you, Penny? Come on, let's go. Ooh, good girl. Hello, hello, hello. Large and in charge, eh? Good girl. Good girl. All right. How about we make some chicken enchiladas? Yeah, I did a few things before I started cooking. I haven't started cooking yet. Actually, it brings me to a very good point that I feel like I need to say it now, and then I need to sort of practice it in the future going forward. I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and since this is now like what I'm doing, it's vlogging and sharing my life and enjoying this journey that I'm on with everybody, I definitely find myself putting more focus on filming and creating that content and capturing that moment. And don't get me wrong, I love doing it. It's very therapeutic for me. It's a good thing, right, Penny? But I was making the realization that I don't take a moment to just stop and actually take in those instances for myself enough. So thanks for the butthole cat. Come down here to include her in the shot, and we just get nothing but chocolate starfish. Unbelievable. So that's what I did. I just got the fire bowl going. I made myself a drink. I got my chair set up here, in very close proximity to my neighbor still. Gave Patreon a little update and just enjoyed the fact that this little spot in the campground might not be perfect, but it'll do. And I've got everything I need. And it was just important for me to take that moment, put the camera down, and just enjoy it. The sun is setting, the light is beautiful over there. I can't really ask for more. Well, that's not true. I can ask for some actual chicken enchiladas. So, there has been some developments, unfortunately. All right, so over here I got all the ingredients laid out. We're gonna do our cooking right over there on the jet boil. As you can see, I had my pot out. Ouch! I just got a, ooh, from the picnic table just now. Yikes, get it out. Oh, it's still in there. I'm gonna need a minute. All right, you bastard. You get out of there, you. Oh, don't make me have to get the tweezers. Don't make me get the tweezers. Oh, it's gonna make me get the tweezers. This is the problem with wearing nice, comfy pants. I don't have my Leatherman on my hip. Oh, that sucker's right in there. Son of a... It's gonna make me get the tweezers. Excuse me, Penny. Coming into the tiny home. Oh, they should be in here. Meow. Sometimes things happen, you can't plan for them. Come here, you little bastard. Not you, Penny. Ooh, there, I got it. Where was I? I have my pot out, as you see. People will know that when I make chicken enchiladas, I like to have Mexican rice on the side. Not anything fancy, just old El Paso in a box Mexican rice. Thought I had some in the cupboard. I do not. That's okay, it's the universe saying, you don't need any rice. Just enjoy your enchiladas. And that's what we're gonna do. So, these are all the ingredients that we will need. We don't need the rum, we don't need the fat pussy, but we do need everything else here sort of in this colorful area. Now, for those that don't know, and I'm not gonna go through this step by step, it's just my favorite dish, and you gotta cut up green pepper, onion, and garlic. Well, I'm not in the mood to dice. So, Those boys are very noisy. I could do with a little less orgasm sounds while prepping my dinner. Ready, Penny? Go. So much faster. I used to have a food processor years ago when I lived in Edmonton, and I used it all the time when I was making these chicken enchiladas. It was the best kitchen tool I had, and I lost it in the move. It just went to a big food processor graveyard in the sky, I guess. And I haven't purchased one since, so I figured after 2 years in the van, I may as well treat myself. And that's super nice, because yeah, dicing up really small. I don't like vegetables as it is, so the smaller the better for me. Plus, you can make really nice homemade salsa with one of those. Anyway, now what I need to do is hack myself up a chicken booby, and then we will start cooking. And the reason I'm doing this, actually, is because this recipe, at the end of it, once you've cooked up all of the filling and you've put it in the tortilla and you wrap it up and you drizzle it with sauce, which, by the way, that reminds me, they didn't have enchilada sauce in there, so I was hesitant to get this salsa green sauce. I have no idea. Actually, I'm an adult. I can do whatever the hell I want. We're gonna open this up right now and see what it smells like. It smells like, it's fine. It's fine. Once it's covered in cheese, it won't matter. But yeah, enchiladas, like, it's nice to have a sauce drizzled on top of them. It's usually red. There is green enchilada sauce. But yeah, we'll give this a shot. Anyway, you put the enchilada sauce on, you put cheese on, then you put them in an oven. The last time I did this on the channel in the van, I just kind of used my cast iron and a lid and kind of created a mock like Dutch oven. It worked okay, but I was sent this by Debbie, and I don't know, we'll see. It probably does better at like warming up leftovers and maybe doing like frozen meals. It's a little 45 watt collapsible, completely portable with oven, says it right there. Portable oven, personal. Is it personalized? Does it have my name on it? Hello? Debbie. No, it does not. But I thought we'd give this a shot. It just plugs in to the wall outlet. We got plenty of those around. I don't expect it to crisp up the enchiladas like an actual convection oven does, but it will at least melt the cheeses. So let's get to that point, shall we? Hang on, stop the presses. Much more importantly, before we get to the chicken enchiladas, somebody needs their dinner. And since we are celebrating 2 full years in the van, and we lost your beautiful sister this year, hashtag sad day, that's just my way of processing. How about you get an entire can for dinner, okay? Treat yourself. Treat your kitty cat. Get out of the... Yum. All right, you. Enjoy that. I love you. I just wish I could put the chicken boobies in the food processor. That would make this a lot easier. Chicken I don't mind, so I don't need it liquefied. I need it in nice edible chunks. When I'm normally making this recipe, it makes 8 enchiladas. 8 bloody enchiladas. I am only one man. I am not a savage. I'm going to attempt to just make 2, and that should suffice. But I'm going to treat myself just like I treated my pussy, and I'm going to use 1 entire chicken breast. We'll save the next one, well, for later. If this all goes off without a hitch, hey, maybe I'll have enchiladas again tomorrow. The reason I've been avoiding doing it in the van is because it's been a nightmare. That's because last time I did it in the van, doors closed in the parking lot of like a Dollarama or something, and there was stuff everywhere. This seems much better. Doors open, chicken boobies in the Ziplocs. All right, save that one for later. Now we're gonna go all Leatherface on this one. Gotta get cooking, gonna run out of daylight soon. Cooking in the dark. You and me go cooking in the dark. Lying on our backs and eating our farts. Where's the thing? There she goes. There we go. Yeah. It's a lot of vegetables. Join the party, won't you? Cream cheese. Cheeses. Well, that kind of goes through the last few minutes of cooking. I pulled out this portable oven here. It's out of the box. I haven't actually opened it yet. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. It's tiny. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I'm glad it's tiny. I live in a van. That goes there. I assume the cord comes out there. Okay, so it's just a hot plate inside like Reflectix. Interesting. Problem is I didn't buy like a this safe container, so hopefully just some tin foil will do. Unplug our processor, plug in the oven, and I guess away we go. Let's see how hot she gets. Well, it is a cute little oven in a van, and it's doing things and stuff. Wow. Since I don't know how well this oven's gonna work, I'm definitely cooking the chicken a little bit longer than usual to make sure that the chicken is cooked, because salmonella. And now what I have to do is create some sort of little plate out of tin foil that will fit inside that oven. Since tin foil sounds obnoxious, let's fast forward, shall we? Our enchiladas should fit on there, and then it should fit in the oven, roughly. I mean, it's moldable. Plate. He doesn't even fit on the plate. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Sad day. Yeah, okay. I gotta make a new tinfoil plate. It's a little bit of a tinfoil diaper. As long as there's a ridge that'll hold the sauce in, we should be fine. There we go. Okay, a little bit. Perfect. It's good enough for me. You gotta top it up with some more cheeses. Where is all the yellow or orange cheddar in this Tex-Mex bag? Frickin' Banff. I swear to God, if there was an on switch. Oh no, it's hot. Okay. I mean, it's 45 watts hot. This is gonna be funny. It's gonna have to be in there for like half an hour. Stick her right in there. Excellent. Zip her up. And Bob's your uncle. Let's see how long this takes. All right, coming back into the house here. It has now been the standard 15 minutes that they're supposed to be in the oven when you're doing them in a proper oven. I'm not expecting much because, come on, we're dealing with a lot lower wattage here. So I can do this with one hand. I should have just put my phone back on the tripod. What was I thinking? What's going on in here? The cheese is melting. But yeah, we are going slower. That is A-okay. Let's zip her back up and we will double that time. We'll check back in another 15. I'm going to use both hands now. All right, I'm getting hungry. Let's see how this is going in here. Ooh. I don't know that they're gonna get much better than this. I think I may just dive in and feed myself. That's cool I was able to melt the cheese though. We're gonna have to try this out in the future with like a Michelina's or something. There we go. Oh. Just missing one thing. There we go. Enchiladas in the mountains. 2 years in the van, full time. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh, that can stay. Yeah, I know. Firebowl's not quite the same as a proper fire. But I'm still a big believer in the fact that my clothes aren't going to smell like smoke tomorrow. However, that's the beauty of editing. There we go. Good morning. I don't even know if that's there. It might be a little bit better. Good morning. It's been a very slow morning. Oh, hang on. How embarrassing. This is the exact same flannel I was wearing last night. There, that's a little bit better. Anyway, it's been a lazy morning. I shouldn't say lazy. I got up and I went for my walk to get my back moving. I had a scare with my shore power line where I thought it wasn't working, but I just tripped my power strip. Hashtag my van life. And it was cold this morning, about 2 degrees Celsius. It's starting to warm up now, which is nice. It's only gonna get up to like 9 maybe. Just enjoying my third cup of coffee. And yeah, it's gonna be a take it easy day today. I think it's the same boys that were having the mouth orgasms. Anyway, gonna be taking it easy today with everything I was doing yesterday. I definitely feel it in my back. My body says, slow down, and I listen. Because as I mentioned before, I don't want this situation to last any longer than it absolutely has to. So it's going to be a day of relaxation, and I will probably go in and attempt to see that new Martin Scorsese movie later this afternoon, provided it's not too busy at the Lux Theater in Banff, and we'll just have a nice sort of quiet evening, right, Penny? You're very cozy in there, aren't you? Yes, you are. Look at you. What a little princess. Been doing a bunch of editing, as I do, getting ready for chapter 4, which is exciting. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come here. You more than 10 pounds? I don't care. I don't care. Look at the mountains, Penny. Look at you, huh? Are you so pretty? Yeah. Yes, you are. Not such a bad little life we have, eh? Where are the mice? Where are the squirrels? Meow. Yeah, about 7 degrees now. Still need the fire pit to stay warm while we're out here. I'm doing a lot of thinking, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. 2 years, 2 whole years I've been doing this. I know compared to a lot of people out there, that's peanuts, right? There are plenty of people that have been doing nomadic living for way longer than I have. But at the end of the day, all that really matters to me is my journey, my life here. 2 years in this Chevy Express that I turned into a home. I think the problem is for a lot of people, like a lot of different things in the world, is it's so easy to become desensitized to certain things, right? And there is just a swath of van life content available for anybody to just sort of click on and absorb and get lost in. And so many people are out there doing the move into a van and travel and see the world. And those are good goals to have. I'd love to do that one day. We all know why I don't do that right now. The part that I can't get over, though, is that my life was in a place where I wasn't happy, right? And I was able to make the decision to change it for the better, for myself, not really rely on anybody else except for some very close family for support. And I said, I don't like the way the world is working for me right now, right? So I'm gonna get a vehicle and I'm gonna turn it into a place where I can live instead of a very expensive apartment or condo or house in the traditional sense. And I've been surviving like this and thriving like this for 2 full years now on a smaller scale, on my scale. That is so incredible that I am able to do that. Right? There's lots of people out there that can get a van or rent a van and they go and they do the traveling. Living this life and making that decision to take your life back for yourself because you're not happy with where it is or where you are. Still, it's such a cool feeling to know that I did that I actually have that control over my life, because so much time is spent thinking you don't have control. You just gotta play the hand that you're dealt. Screw that, change the game. Don't play poker, switch over to snakes and ladders, or whatever you want. Handyland in my case, probably. Whatever it might be. For the first time in a long time, and it's been this way for a while, I'm playing a game and I'm winning on my terms. You don't have to play by the rules. I don't know. That's so cool. I don't know that that feeling's ever going to go away. I'm not saying I won't ever move back to sticks and bricks, but right now, this is where it's at. Of course, another unfortunate thing that constantly gets thrown around is the pushback from other people saying you can't do that, you won't succeed, you're gonna fail, nobody can live that way. And I mean, I've said it before, and I think more of us know this than don't, but still a lot of us put stock in that. We, as a society, in my opinion lately, put far too much value on the words of others or the opinions and thoughts of others. They don't matter. I don't know when it started or why it started or why we started valuing what others thought of us, but it's definitely gotten completely out of control. People are afraid to say things, people are afraid to make changes, and it's just like I said in the beginning, it's utter nonsense. All that matters before anything else is you. If people don't take care of themselves and do what they want to do for themselves, they can never hope to help or make anybody else happy. Not that I think it should ever be anybody's responsibility to make another person happy. I just don't like it when other people say, I can't do that because they said I couldn't, or they're just so put down by other people that they don't do anything, they just sit there. And I've heard a lot of conversations in the last little bit, and I even had some where people say, well, I can't do van life. I can't live in a van. And that is just the most ludicrous and false statement I have ever heard. You won't live in a van. If you're looking at a way to change your life or better it or get yourself out of debt, save money, whatever the reason might be, there is no can't. You can choose not to. That's I won't do it. There is no can't. That's just making up excuses to not do something out of, I don't know, fear, lack of confidence, I don't know what, not believing that it's possible because you're so stuck in a rut or whatever. But every time I hear somebody say, I can't live in a van, I can't live in a vehicle, you are lying to yourself. You won't do it. That's fine. But admit to yourself that it's you refusing to do it, not that there is anything actually holding you back. And then there's always that question I get, the question of money. Does van life actually save you money? Is it a way to get out of debt? Yeah. Like, I'm not there yet, but I got a whole life left to live. But I'll tell you this, where I live, in my little neck of the woods, prices for everything are through the roof. I hear people say, I can't afford to do this. I can't afford to live there. No kidding, I believe you. Other places in the world, it might be a little different. I don't really keep up with all of that. Again, I keep centralized and know what's going on in my world because that's what affects me and that's what I can do something about. When I hear people that live this nomadic life and they say, well, I don't save any money. It costs me the exact same as when I lived in sticks and bricks. My jaw hits the floor. How? They're van lifing wrong, in my opinion. I just don't understand it. Maybe people think wrongly that you get into this lifestyle and automatically everything's going to be better. In what world is something like that ever existed? That's not the way anything works. You can't just make this decision and move into a vehicle and think all of a sudden all of your problems are going to be solved. It takes hard work like anything else. Yeah, there's an immediate benefit to the fact that you don't have to pay outlandish amounts of money for rent. Again, here, I don't know, maybe it's cheaper where you are. You still got to put in the work and you still got to remember that you've got to exist within this societal structure. I mean, unless you've got just money hand over fist and you can go disappear into the bush and never be seen again, then that's good for you. But by and large, for a lot of us, this is a very viable option to try to get back on track, get ahead, get out of the hole we might find ourselves in. And I don't get it when people say that they're spending the same amount of money. I don't know. I have found it to be a much better alternative than the way my life was before. Hey, you know, you're always, no matter what, you're gonna have that pushback from people. You're gonna have the naysayers. They're gonna tell you, like I said, that you can't do it. Ignore them. Don't let that stuff control you. I did for a very long time, far too long. And that's just completely unhealthy. Hopefully I can lead by example, but at the end of the day, I can't really make anybody do anything. I can hope and pray that what I'm doing sets an example for somebody out there to maybe change their life. And if that's too much of a tall order, the other thing I hope for, much in line with what Robin Williams once said, is that if I can put a smile on one person's face, then I've done my job. My whole experience here on YouTube, it's this ever-evolving beast from where it started to where it is and where I want it to go. People are gonna come, people are gonna go. Some people view me as inspiration, which is humbling, and I can't dwell on that too much. That still boggles my mind. Others just find me very entertaining. Yeah, because I'm being me. When people come in and they say, oh, you're not funny, you're obnoxious, you're like, that's fine, that's your opinion, but I'm being myself. You should try it sometime. Don't be so miserable. Where's the fun in that? I don't know. I start going off like this and talking about things because I honestly believe that if you just put your mind to it, you can change your life if that's what you're looking to do. And if you're not here for that and you're just here for a laugh and you just enjoy my company, I thank you very much for watching. I'm living my life for me. I appreciate you watching. If you don't like it, I don't know why you're here. The last thing I will say, and I know it's me harping on it, but it's the negative people that we surround ourselves with that will bring us down and hold us back, say we can't do things, and that's the stuff that we need to absolutely break away from. If I can do it, so can you.
They say you'll never climb that mountain. It doesn't matter what you believe. Even if you get a run for the hill, you're bound to run out of steam. I said I was born on the mountain. Adversity feels like home. Straight to the top go my 2 feet, and they've only got 2 speeds. I'm either stopped or gone. Stopped or gone. Holding on, running like the devil. If I linger too long, oh, then the dust will settle. They say you'll never cross the swollen river. It's far too rough and wide. You'll be lost in the undertow, far better than you have tried. I said I was raised on the river. Mother taught me there to swim and row. On either side I'll walk these banks, and I'm always giving thanks to the shallows where the current's slow. Stopped or gone, holding on or running like the devil. And if I linger too long, more than the dust will settle. I was born on the mountain. Adversity feels like home. Straight to the top go my bare feet, and they've only got 2 speeds. I'm either stopped or gone.